Did you know that 80% of runners suffer some type of injury over their lifetime? If you've ever felt pain in your knee, ankle, or hip after running, you're not alone. The good news? This can be prevented. Many runners focus only on running more and more without preparing their bodies for the impact. The result? Injuries that can keep them off the track for weeks or even months. But what if there was a simple way to strengthen your body and avoid these problems? In this video, we'll show you 3 innovative exercises that will help you run pain-free and injury-free. These are simple yet highly effective movements used by elite athletes to maintain their performance without compromising their health. And here's an important warning. The third exercise can completely change the way you run. It corrects one of the most common mistakes that lead to injuries, and if you're not doing it, you could be putting your body at risk without even realizing it. So, stick around until the end to learn each of these exercises and discover how to incorporate them into your training routine. And if you want to keep improving your running without worrying about pain and injuries, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now let's understand why so many runners get injured and how you can prevent it. But before that, take a look at the share button. You can share this video with your friends to help them reach their goals too. Running is one of the most popular sports in the world, but it's also one of the most injury-prone. Have you ever wondered why this happens? The answer lies in 3 main factors: excessive impact, lack of mobility, and muscular imbalances. First, let's talk about impact. With every step you take while running, your joints, especially your ankles, knees, and hips, absorb a force 3 to 5 times your body weight. Now, imagine that impact being repeated thousands of times during a single run. If your muscles and joints aren't prepared, sooner or later, pain will appear. Another issue is lack of mobility. Many runners neglect this aspect, overloading areas like the knees and ankles. When mobility is limited, the body compensates in improper ways, increasing the chances of injury. The third factor is muscular imbalance. Running requires a strong and balanced body, but many runners only focus on their legs and forget to strengthen their core and stabilizing muscles like the hips. The result? Inefficient biomechanics that wear down joints and increase the risk of inflammation and chronic pain. But the good news is there's a solution. With simple and effective exercises, you can prepare your body to absorb impact better, improve mobility, and correct muscular imbalances. And that's exactly what we're going to start doing now. The first exercise is essential for preventing sprains and improving impact absorption. Let's learn exercise 1, ankle mobility. But before that, check the subscribe button. It can bring you new videos almost daily to make your progress easier. If you've ever felt pain in your ankle or even your knee after running, the problem might be in your ankle mobility. This is one of the most overlooked factors by runners, but it makes a huge difference in injury prevention. When your ankle lacks mobility, your body can't absorb impact correctly, and the excess load goes directly to your knee, hip, and even spine. This can lead to chronic pain and even take you off running for a long time. Now let's fix this with a simple and effective exercise. How to perform the ankle mobility exercise. 1. Starting position. Stand with one foot in front and the other slightly behind, in a comfortable stance. 2. Movement. Keeping your front foot firmly on the ground, push your knee forward as far as possible without lifting your heel. 3. Range. You should feel a slight stretch in the lower leg and ankle joint. 4. Repetitions. Do 10 to 15 reps per leg, keeping the movement controlled and avoiding excessive force. Common mistakes to avoid. Lifting the heel off the ground. This reduces the effectiveness of the exercise and doesn't improve mobility. Pushing beyond your limit. The movement should be controlled without excessive pain. Lack of consistency. This exercise needs to be done regularly to produce results. Benefits of this exercise. Improves impact absorption, reducing stress on the knee. Prevents sprains and twists by increasing ankle flexibility. Helps improve your stride, making your run smoother and more efficient. Now that your ankle is more mobile, it's time to strengthen another key area to prevent injuries and improve your running: the core and hips. Without a strong core, your body loses stability, increasing the risk of joint overload. So let's move on to exercise 2, core and hip strengthening. Now that we've worked on ankle mobility, it's time to strengthen 2 essential areas for every runner: the core and hips. Did you know that a weak core mirror can be one of the main causes of running injuries? And that's because the core, including the abdominal, lower back, and oblique muscles, is responsible for maintaining body stability. If it's not strong enough, your body compensates incorrectly, overloading the legs and increasing the risk of knee, hip, and lower back pain. Moreover, weak hips can cause stride misalignment, making your running less efficient and more injury-prone. That's why this second exercise is fundamental for any runner looking to prevent injuries and improve performance. How to perform the core and hip strengthening exercise. 1. Starting position. Lie on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. 2. Movement. Contract your abs and glutes, then lift your hips until forming a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. 3. Hold. Maintain this position for 3 to 5 seconds before slowly lowering back down. 4. Repetition. Perform 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps, always keeping control of the movement. Common mistakes to avoid: lifting the hips too quickly. The movement should be slow and controlled to properly activate the muscles, failing to contract the abs and glutes. Without this activation, the exercise loses much of its effectiveness. Arching the lower back, this can cause pain and discomfort. Benefits of this exercise: increases pelvis and trunk stability, reducing unnecessary impact, reduces knee overload and preventing pain and injury, improves stride efficiency, making your running more fluid and economical. Now that we've worked on mobility and stability, it's time to correct one of the most dangerous running mistakes: foot land. This is one of the biggest causes of injuries, but can be fixed with a simple and highly effective exercise. Now that we've worked on mobility and stability, it's time to correct one of the most common and dangerous running mistakes: the way your feet hit the ground. Many runners land incorrectly, increasing the impact on their knees, ankles, and hips. This can cause chronic pain and even force them to take long breaks from running. But there's a simple solution: training landing technique and strengthening eccentric muscles. How to perform the eccentric landing exercise. 1. Starting position. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. 2. Jump. Take a small jump and focus on how you land. Ideally, your feet should strike the ground mid-foot first, avoiding heel land. 3. Control. As you land, bend your knees slightly and hold the position for 3 to 5 seconds before standing back up. 4. Repetition. Perform 3 sets of 10 reps, ensuring each landing is controlled and without excessive impact. Common mistakes to avoid: landing on your heels first. This increases unnecessary strain and may cause knee pain. Letting your knees cave inward. Proper alignment protects your joints and improves biomechanics. Not holding the landing position. Eccentric control is key, so descending slowly is essential. Benefits of this exercise: reduces joint impact, preventing pain and inflammation. Improves impact absorption, making running more efficient. Enhances stride biomechanics, lowering long-term injury risk. Now that you know the 3 fundamental exercises to avoid injuries, the next step is learning how to fit them into your running routine effectively. Now that you're familiar with the 3 key exercises to prevent running injuries, the big question is, how do you integrate them into your training routine without affecting performance? The secret is consistency and how these exercises are distributed throughout the week. Doing them all at once might fatigue your muscles and hinder your running workouts. On the other hand, if you don't do them often enough, you won't see the benefit. Here's a simple guide based on different running levels. For beginners, running up to 3 times a week, perform these exercises on non-running days or after a light run. Recommended frequency: 2 to 3 times per week. Duration: 15 to 20 minutes per session. For intermediate runners, running 4 to 5 times a week. Integrate the exercises after easy run or on active recovery day. Recommended frequency: 3 times per week. Duration: 20 to 25 minutes per session. For advanced runners, running 6 to 7 times a week. Use these exercises as part of your warm-up before intense workout. Recommended frequency: 3 to 4 times per week. Duration: 10 to 15 minutes, focusing on muscle activation. Additional tips for implementation: start with a few reps and gradually increase intensity as your body adapts. Listen to your body. If you experience excessive pain, scale down the intensity. Combine with other recovery methods, such as dynamic stretching and myofascial relief for maximum results. Now that you know how to integrate these exercises into your routine, it's essential to understand the most common mistakes that can hinder your progress. Even with the right exercises, many runners make mistakes that negate their benefit and even increase the risk of injuries. To ensure real results, you must avoid these errors. Here are the 3 most common mistakes that can slow down your progress. 1. Overtraining and ignoring recovery. Many runners believe that more is always better, but this isn't true. If you don't give your muscles enough time to recover, they won't strengthen. Instead, you may weaken your joints and increase the risk of injury. Solution: include at least 1 or 2 active recovery days per week and listen to your body. If you experience excessive pain, reduce the intensity. 2. Performing exercises with poor form. Just doing the exercises isn't enough. You need to execute them correctly. Poor form can lead to compensatory movements that worsen biomechanics. Solution: prioritize quality over quantity. If necessary, use a mirror or record yourself to assess your posture. 3. Lack of consistency. The benefits of mobility, strength, and eccentric control don't appear overnight. Many people start with motivation but soon abandon the exercises and experience recurring pain. Solution: integrate these exercises into your routine in a realistic and sustainable way. Even just 10 minutes, 3 times a week can make a significant difference. Now that you know what to avoid, let's wrap up with a quick summary and a powerful call to action to keep your motivation high. If you've made it this far, you now have 3 powerful exercises to prevent injuries and enhance your running performance. Let's quickly recap what we've learned. Ankle mobility, essential for better impact absorption and avoiding sprains. Core and hip strengthening, improves stability and protects joint. Landing technique and eccentric strength, reduces impact and optimizes running efficiency. But remember, knowing what to do isn't enough. The key is putting it into practice. Incorporating these exercises into your routine can be the difference between running safely and struggling with injuries. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these exercises will you try first? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you want more content like this to run pain-free and injury-free, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Running should be a joy, not a struggle. So, take care of your body, strengthen your joints, and keep running for many years to come, efficiently and safely. See you in the next video.